The Chief Secretary has recently joined on 19th of this month as Chief Secretary. Lord, permit us to appear online, Lord.
But you have issued a GO. Has disbursement been completed?
Within 6 weeks, the compliance affidavit says 2 advances have been disbursed. There were 21 advances, which budgetary allocations have also been made.
What is the position here in Tamil Nadu?
This connection, this was stated that in terms of the directions of this honorable court, so and so, have been revised by the state government and arrears have to be paid. Therefore, it is respectfully submitted that to calculate the arrears due to revision and allowances and sanction of new allowances and credit in their account, 2 more times is asked. 2 more months they have asked for time.
I spoke 6 weeks. We will.
2 more months is what they asked.
6 weeks is what Lord, I am told by Chief Secretary that 6 weeks we will completely, because the claims, certain claims have to be made by the officers, not by us. Ultimately,
you complete the exercise in 4 weeks. At the most, we might give you 4 weeks, right? Come here, we'll hear all the Chief Secretaries who are here. We don't want to now start making an exception. In the morning, we have not made any exception. Yes.
So online, Milord?
No, not online. They are supposed to remain present here. That's our order. Why are you shy?
No, Lord, I am not shy.
Whatever statement they want to make, let them appear here before us and they'll make a statement.
Lord, we find the
Sorry, in the morning a similar request was made.
We have not allowed that to
Chief
anybody.
Justice has declined. So no exception for you. Ask them to remain present.
Item 7 is the matter of the twins, where Kara was to respond. Adoptions have already taken place and Kara was to give the NOC blood. So 16th, your Lordship heard it for 26th. Kara is not responding.
It's on board today. If it doesn't reach today, because of this, we'll take it up early next week. Otherwise, we'll take it early next week if you want.
No, Lord, I'll wait.
We can take it up on Tuesday.
Whatever your Lordship.
We'll take it up on Wednesday. We can take it up. The aunt has adopted both the children.
The position is that I will explore the options under the UK adoption system. They say you get a non-convention adoption order. Kara has to give a non-convention adoption order.
Okay, that's fair enough, but we'll take it up on Wednesday. So that Tuesdays. Oh yeah, we have a CB on Wednesday, so Tuesday we'll take it up.
Tuesday.
Well, may I make a small...
The list is possible, I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay.
I'm very sorry.
Yes.
May I make a small request, Melissa? Would my lords allow us to airdrop the material?
Okay.
A soft copy, airdrop the soft copy of this. It's much clearer, Melissa, that's all. Please airdrop it. And in the meantime, just Melissa, so that some misgivings, Melissa, may be cleared.
Their official records, as possible to be shared, please share it.
No, it's a status report, no? This you can share.
Relations.
Yeah, but I just wanted to mention to your lordships, through a notification issued in the Gazette in 2018, Malads, by an order of the Commissioner of Police, we are required to follow these guidelines, which are set out, unnatural deaths and injuries. And we have followed these guidelines to the T. So it's not something that we have departed, Malads, from the standard procedure. It's a regulation of 68, Malads. Immediately on receipt of information of a death occurring in any of the circumstances, first information report shall be drawn up in West Bengal form such and such. The information shall be recorded in the same manner as a first information of a cognizable crime. That's how the unnatural death is registered. And it shall be put up for subdivisional who shall record his orders. And then it goes on, Mullahs. So we follow this to the T.
Except that this doesn't justify registration of your FIR at 11:30 at night.
But everything started earlier. All the investigation was done.
Body was recovered in soon after 9:30.
But Mullahs, all the investigation was done in accordance with law, Mullahs. There's no as far as delay in the investigation. The procedure is the same, Mullahs. We have not, Mullahs.
Procedure and other things is a separate issue, but the point really does remain that what is the reason? I mean, now we've already highlighted that. We needn't go over it all over again. What is the reason why the FIR is lodged almost 14 hours after the discovery of...
Because we asked the parents, he says, we'll give a formal complaint. That's all on the record.
Second, further investigation is also required.
One counsel is here.
If you don't mind.
Parents' counsel.
Sir,
he's waving his hands.
1 second, if you don't mind.
He's waving his hands.
Second, most important, What is
No,
the
it's
role of
not
the
an issue
principal?
that the parents would have
What
requested
is the
them
role
to
of the
delay the
principal? Why?
FIR.
He was the principal of the college. He should have come straight away to the college and directed the filing of the FIR. Who was he in touch with? What was his? What were his connections?
That's for
with
him,
that?
Malas, to decide why he didn't do it. Malas, I'm just telling your lordship that as far as we are concerned, we follow this procedure, be that as it may, Malas. Now,
The moment he tenders a resignation, he's appointed as a principal of another college.
we respond to that separately. Malas.
What is the purpose? I mean,
Yes,
there's
yes,
a purpose.
I appreciate that part of it,
A
Malas.
lot of
We
lot of
appreciate
things
that part of
be
it.
still investigated by the
Yeah.
by the
Now, of course, Malas, each of us, Malas, who are appearing for the state have now got Swiss bank accounts which are doing the rounds, Malas, because we are appearing for the state. That's all that's happening now, Malas, outside. And we are, instead of,
Initially, that switch bank account came, my lord, from your client, present client.
Anyway, we don't have to really go into all this. We have to.
let's not,
What we will
again,
do is
you know,
this.
instead
Mr.
of concentrating on the investigation, you're concentrating on the state
What
of
we
West
will do is
Bengal.
this. CBI has submitted its status report to us of the investigation. You have also submitted a status report of the investigation. We will have a look at your report. We'll take it on the record. Let the investigation continue. There are two different things. CBI in respect of the actual death, and insofar as you are concerned, the vandalization which takes place the day after. So
And the future protest, Malas, your lordships have to protect us for that. That future protest.
Protest,
how can
protecting the
how
state.
can we protect this?
No, your lordships may, you stand, Malas, SO, the standard operating procedure must follow. We will designate an area they can hold the protest, they can go there.
So why do we have to do all that? Your district magistrate.
Yeah, your lordships will only say, Malas, because your lordships have said no peaceful protests should be, Malas, should be interfered with, Malas. Now, if they don't follow the standard operating procedure, don't tell us what the leader is. Malas, what will happen is what your lordships have seen.
We have not for a moment said that the requisite provisions of law should not be complied.
That's fine. That should be clarified, that's
The
all.
only thing is that what we meant was that stop arresting people who are.
Yes, absolutely. Your lordship may just clarify that.
My lord, an additional small clarification.
We have never said that irrespective of the normal procedures for conducting
That's what is
protests.
being done, Malas. That's why I saw those audio clips, Malas.
Right now, we will just say this. A status report has been submitted by the Central Bureau of Investigation. Likewise, a status report has been submitted on behalf of the police of the state of the investigation.
Kolkata police.
By the
Kolkata police.
by the Kolkata police, on behalf of the Kolkata police. Full stop. As already noted earlier, the investigation into the circumstances relating to the death of the postgraduate student at RG Kaur Medical College and Hospital is being conducted by the CBI. Full stop. The Kolkata police is looking into the investigation following the vandalization of the hospital after the protests of the after the protests at the site.
No, it was vandalism, my lord, not protest.
After the protests at the site.
Yes, vandalism after the protest.
Yes.
Full stop. Next. From the material which has been produced before the court, it appears that a request for conducting the polygraph test has been submitted. Test of the accused has been submitted to the ACJM Sialda, which is stated to be under process. Full stop. The ACJM Sialda shall pass orders on the application no later than by 5 p.m. on 23 August 2024. Full stop. During the course of the hearing, a number of counsel have appeared on behalf of diverse stakeholders, including the associations representing the resident doctors. Full stop.
And other doctors, my lord.
Resident doctors and other doctors. Full stop. Among others. Full stop. The council who have intervened in these proceedings, together with the parties for whom they have intervened, are set out below. ये पूरा statement ले लीजिए. In the previous order of this court, while constituting a national task force, this court had specifically clarified that the NTF should engage with diverse stakeholders. Full stop. Consequently, we hope and trust that the NTF shall hear the representatives of diverse stakeholders, so as to enable it to have inputs from all those who are likely to be affected by the process which has been initiated by this court, and who have a vital stake in maintaining safety and well-being of the doctors and other medical professionals in their workplaces.
One second, I have to say something.
In their workplaces.
I give it to you.
We have not said no. We have not said yes to all stakeholders. During the course, during the course of the hearing, the Learned Council have placed some additional suggestions which may be taken into account by the committee, including bracket 1, the installation of distress call systems, the institutionalization of distress call systems, semicolon, bracket 2, regulation of duty hours, comma, and 3, the lodgement of and 3, the constitution of a compensation distress fund. Next, the above suggestions would, it is needless to note, be considered by the National Task Force, whose remit has been couched in broad terms by this court. It is undoubted that the views of diverse stakeholders would be taken into account by the task force before its final recommendations are made. To facilitate the filing of suggestions before the National Task Force, we direct the Secretary in the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare of the Union Government to open a specific portal on the website of the Ministry, on which associations, or as the case may be, different stakeholders can submit their suggestions for consideration before the committee. Full stop. Mr. Kapil Sibal, Learned Counsel appearing on behalf of the State of West Bengal, the Kolkata Police, submits that this court may clarify, submits that while this court has permitted peaceful protests, the order should not be misconstrued to mean that the authorities are precluded from exercising their regulatory powers in accordance with law. This court has not injuncted the state from exercising such lawful powers as are entrusted in terms of the law. However, we categorically reaffirm that peaceful protests shall not be disturbed, nor shall peaceful protests shall not be disturbed or disrupted, and the state shall not take any action against those who are protesting against who are peacefully protesting.
That's correct.
Against the incident which took place at Rajikot Medical College.
Just one more hold on. Allow me. Whether your lordships may take my affidavit on record. Take on record. And Malas, two things. We have filed the status report, but the pen drive is not being taken, which has the videos. Malas, that pen drive may be taken on record.
My lords, with regard
in extras.
One second. Should we keep it after a week for the next status report to be filed before us? Because we just like to.
That's fine, Malas. But the pen drive may be taken because they are the annexures, Malas. Yes, deeply obliged.
My lords,
Just
with
give it
regard
the pen drive.
Saruna, this is.
Malas, and also, let me finish. Let me,
we'll finish the
protest in Japan for the new award.
Where?
well, let me just finish this. Malas, my timeline, Malas, on the events.
My lord, only one request I have to make.
1 second, hold on, please. Let me make my.
Yeah, of course.
Malas, the timelines. What master, just take that.
Once the request is this. Lord, request is this, my lord.
In view of the fact that this court has taken measures to ensure the institutionalization of the concerns of the medical professions in terms of the previous order dated so and so, it is only to be expected that the doctors would now return to work. Full stop. Pending the submission of the report to the National Tax Force, all state governments and union territories shall ensure that wherever the need arises in terms of the exigencies of work, the state shall be alert to any apprehended violations of a breach of apprehension violations or breach of safety in medical establishments within that.
My lords, doctors are with the court on that. My lords, backlash we can be protected against.
Timeline of events as they happen.
Lord, can the timeline at least be shared with us?
We'll give
Give a copy to the.
Yes, yes.
See, but this can never be secret, my lord.
What? Nothing. Of course not. Nothing.
Also give the your status report.
Yeah.
Well, that can be shared with the CBS.
Of course, it can be.
Investigation is pending, Malad. How can the status report be shared? That cannot.
But one aspect may be considered.
Yes, his status report is not shared.
States
The CISF has been deployed at.
Yes, my lord. Yes, my lord.
एक और वो भी लिख लीजिए. The Solicitor General states that in compliance with the orders of this court, the CISF has been deployed at RG Kaur Medical College and Hospital so as to ensure the safety of
Just one small submission.
all other medical professionals.
My lords had said in the morning an additional line, my lords, with regard to protecting our doctors from backlash. They will, of course, rejoin. But my lords, and they have never suspended emergency services. But my lords, there is a concern, already a backlash.
Ms. Nandi, there's no question of only doing emergency services. In a place like, say, All India Institute of Medical Sciences, people take appointments 2 years in advance. If doctors are not available on duty for a day, that means that person loses a slot which was booked 2 years in advance.
Absolutely, my lords. And during lunch, we spoke to our doctors, and this is what has been said, and this is what has absolutely been agreed to. My lords, just the backlash, though, there is the health department and the medical council, we are being told that the action is being taken against our doctors. These are under control of the West Bengal government who are protesting, the protesting doctors. In addition, private and public
Look, what you do
harassment is happening from the
keep
police.
it next week.
Yes, my lords.
Once the doctors get back to work,
Yes.
please come back to us and tell us.
Lordships, may I just point out?
Come back, my lords.
Lordship,
Malad,
Lordships, there is an
Can I record
order.
this in the order?
An apprehension has been expressed on behalf of the doctors, stating that that they are likely to be, or some of them are already being proceeded against.
Not to interrupt, in Delhi, there is FIR registered against us.
Right. But for the protest which took place in the past, full stop. We are expecting compliance with the assurance which is now given to the court that the doctors would join normal duties. Full stop. In the meantime, if any adverse action has been taken against any protesting doctor for protests which have been carried out prior to the date of this order, no coercive steps shall be taken on the basis of any action.
Lordships, there is an order of a college in Ujjain where my learned
But
friend
nothing hereafter, because now after this order, everybody must be
Yes,
doctors have been told
For contempt.
not even to go on a token strike. My learned friend wants.
I just received a.
I'll tell you one thing, get back to work now. If any doctor is proceeded against for a protest which took place in the past, we have already said no coercive action will be taken.
This is for the future, actually. We are saying that we cannot go for the token
But
protest as well.
no, but future now you must come back to duty.
The problem is
That
that
we
if
say,
we
as judges that will stand outside the Supreme Court. No,
Yes,
because
we seek permission from the
justice and medicine can't go on strike.
yeah,
Everybody has to come back.
to the proper measure, it should be done.
Lordship,
And
another
that's for the
aspect.
contempt.
Malad, just
Lordship, another aspect.
1 second.
Look, first,
Strip.
look, first, establish before us next time that everybody has come back to work. Once we are satisfied that everybody has come back to work, please rest assured we'll make sure that no adverse action is taken. What happened in the past.
The other thing is, your lordships have taken now the status report on record and a separate affidavit on record. Now, Mullahs, the only thing is, and this is a request from everybody, that Mullahs, normalcy should try and be, Mullahs, the people should not take advantage of the situation. Normalcy should return, Mullahs, and we are investigating
Stop
in
vandalism.
their hands now.
Normal.
Responsible is in their hands now, the investigation.
Vandalism is stopped,
These
everything
kind
will
of
be normal.
statements.
And therefore, we have requested the doctors to come back to work.
Yes. No statements, Mullahs,
The
that are being made of the
investigation is
nature.
going on. The investigation is going on. We are assessing the status reports which are being filed in the course of the investigation. I think now, for the family, there's no question of normalcy because the family is deeply affected.
Correct.
But insofar as the community is concerned, including the community of doctors, we have to return back to our
Absolutely. And the statements and the,
just
the
one
statements
sentence.
made of the nature that we have placed before you.
I appear for the Doctors
Only a
Association
minute,
of
Malad, let me let this thought. Malad, we are not against, Malad, nobody should make any statement.
That's correct.
We have a statement of a sitting minister of the state of West Bengal saying that, no, not all, there's something very serious, that if anybody talks anything against our leader, his fingers will be chopped off.
Well, then I will read the leader of the opposition statement.
Go into it. Nobody should speak.
Bullets will be fired. Bullets will be fired is what he said.
What we would also expect,
Yes.
please don't politicize. these
Exactly.
So Bindu has said bullets will be fired.
This, Malad,
Across
therefore
the
I
political spectrum,
Yes.
parties have to realize, don't politicize.
That's
exactly, Malad, exactly.
The law will take its
Started by
course.
saying
Yes.
The law will take its course, and we are ensuring that the law does take its course after a quick and efficient
Deeply
investigation.
obliged. Deeply obliged.
Second, we are also concerned about the welfare and safety of doctors for the future. We want to institutionalize this.
That's right.
Yes.
We are not just going to lay down guidelines. We are going to pass an enforceable direction that the recommendations of the task force will be implemented by the state governments by hospitals under the authority of the union government.
By my introduction, I prevented a political dialogue by giving this instance.
Mine is not, but just 10 seconds. We are grateful. I appear for the Resident Doctors Association of AIIMS Delhi. We are grateful Lordship's taken so much. What has happened is we have taken a peaceful protest. I registered, I get the General Secretary of the Association. Now, as it is, emotions are running high. The office bearers are sensible. They're trying their best to convince the large body to get back to work. Now, these kind of FIRs, etc., sets back the process. Just tell them to hold their hands. Delhi police.
Why don't you do this? Ask the doctors at AIIMS Delhi also to get back to work. Insofar as the FIR and other things are concerned, we are seized of it. When we are seized of it, nothing is going to happen.
We registered yesterday, my Lord. General Secretary accused
Now
in the
tell us
FIR.
one thing. Since when have you been abstaining from duties? Tell us, how long is it back?
From the time the incident, for last 7 days, 7 days.
So the incident took place on the 9th.
Yes, my Lord.
Right? Today we are now on the 22nd. Imagine 13 days doctors from the All India Institute of Medical Sciences don't go to work.
Absolutely. As an officer of the court, as lawyers, we've been talking to them after your lordship's taken so much cognizance. We've told them.
Democracy does not mean indiscipline.
I understand, but these FIRs aggravate. Lordship understands the 1,500 doctors, office bearers are sensible. They are trying.
Tell the doctors
Yes.
that once they get back to work, we will put it to the director. The director is a member of our task force.
Yes, madam.
We put it to the director that all right, and we'll tell the police who are here before us. Nobody wants to pursue the doctors,
Yes, that's
right?
But what happens is,
Eventually they have to get back to work. That's
let them just hold their hands till the lordship is. FIR registered for a peaceful protest, and after the last order, my lord.
But therefore, we have just said that no coercive steps will be
Yes.
taken. That we have already protected the doctors.
Yes,
But
I understand.
now if they don't get back to work,
I understand. I completely convey the sentiment.
May I just say, your lordship's
One submission, lordship. One
Nobody should say acid bombs will be used, this should be done, bullets will be fired. It's all wrong, Malad.
well, God knows you have these kind of elements everywhere on all sides of the spectrum.
Exactly.
Now tell us, we don't know who has said that.
We have got the clips.
You have given that to us, but
Yes,
what is the idea?
and the leader of the opposition has done this.
Malad,
Leader of
I am
the
also
opposition.
getting, Malad, many things.
Quay home, there's a protective order. We can't lodge an FIR.
Responsible way of not placing it before the
Yes.
court.
Therefore,
It
we
is
have
to be
said
ignored,
that when we
not
said
to be
that
highlighted.
peaceful protesters will not be disturbed,
Yeah.
that is equally subject to compliance with the other requirements.
deeply.
Intimation to the district magistrate.
Lordship, may I say one thing, Lordship?
Lordship, because of two investigating agencies are investigating, the vandalism is being investigated by the police and other side is investigated by the CBI. Lordship, there is an apprehension that conflict will be there. Lordship, because vandalism.
Don't worry about it. We are here to resolve any conflict.
We are on the next
Yeah, that's a thing, Lordship, because.
Media trial also must be banned. Media spreading rumors, it is insulting the victim, my lord. Kindly stop.
We've already passed that order.
It is an
It is one.
CBI may not.
One more thing, if you stop filing all those publicity interest litigations that I come every day before this court, I think the media trial will stop. Constantly filing some PIL or the other before us. All right, we'll see.
Lordship, may I just finally say that this hearing has provided a healing touch to the doctors. The doctors who
Yes.
felt they had nobody to vent their grievance with. Your lordships have heard it so patiently, and there's a sense of satisfaction among the doctors that they felt that they now feel that they've finally been heard. So we would just like to thank your lordships.
We thank.
My lord, your lordship, on
When-
behalf
Saprajita, we have also said that today that the doctors will be heard by the committee. So
Yes, we
I must tell you,
clarified that.
Lord, I must tell you, Lordship, Lord, when
change, my lords. We are.
Mr.
Suggestion,
Karan,
your lordship.
Lord, when the Secretary Health,
Yes.
Director General of Health Services came, they also shared this concern with that doctors are exposed to patients and patients' relatives, and their temper is also going high because doctors have their own duties, their own compulsions. The patients would expect something. So there is always a friction kind of a situation. So doctors are kind of more vulnerable. But this has really given a healing touch and an assurance coming from the highest court of the country that the highest court of the nation is looking after their interest.
Well,
Okay,
thank you, Mr. Dr.